finding the perfect Garmin watch this year is like trying to pick the best flavor at an ice cream shop with a million options. Trust me, I've been there, wrist deep in specs, heart rate monitors, and GPS tracking for months. But here's the kicker. I've cracked the code on which Garmin watches are actually worth your hard-earned cash this year. Want to know which ones will make your workouts feel like you've got a personal trainer strapped to your wrist? I've narrowed it down to the top 5, and let me tell you, number 3 is so insane it'll make your jaw hit the floor, in the best way possible. Oh, and before you ask, yeah, I've got some pretty sweet deals waiting for you down in the description. Seriously, the prices are going to blow your mind. Kicking off our countdown at number 5, we've got the Garmin Vivomove Trend. This watch is for those who want the smarts of a Garmin, but don't want to look like they're about to run a marathon 24/7. It's the perfect blend of classic style and modern tech. The Vivomove Trend is rocking a hybrid design that's going to make your friends jealous. It's got real analog hands that move out of the way when you're checking your notifications or starting a workout. How cool is that? In terms of battery life, this bad boy can go for 5 whole days in smartwatch mode. That's almost a week of not having to worry about charging. And speaking of charging, here's where things get interesting. The Vivomove Trend is the first Garmin watch to support wireless charging. That's right, you can just plop it on top of any Qi-enabled charging pad and watch it juice up. No more fumbling with cables in the dark. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The Vivomove Trend only comes in a 40mm size, so if you've got wrists like tree trunks, you might want to look elsewhere. And if you're planning on bringing it with you on your next extreme mountain biking adventure, you might want to think twice. It's not as rugged as some of Garmin's sportier models. But hey, if you want a watch that can transition seamlessly from the boardroom to the yoga studio, the Vivomove Trend is your best pick. Moving up to number 4, we've got the Garmin Forerunner 165. Priced at just $250, the Forerunner 165 is proof that you don't need to spend a fortune to get a killer running watch. But don't let the price fool you. This watch is packed with features that'll make even the most hardcore runners drool. First up, let's talk about that display. The Forerunner 165 is rocking a brilliant AMOLED touchscreen that's going to make your stats pop like never before. It's like having a mini smartphone on your wrist, but one that's actually useful during your run. Now, battery life is always a big concern for runners. After all, no one wants their watch dying in the middle of a marathon. Well, the Forerunner 165 can keep up with you for 19 hours in GPS mode. That's enough for even the slowest ultramarathon runner to cross the finish line. But here's where things get really interesting. The Forerunner 165 comes with adaptive training plans. And for all you data nerds out there, this watch tracks wrist-based running power and dynamics, training effect, and even has course support. How cool is that? Now, it's not all perfect. The Forerunner 165 is primarily focused on running, so if you're more into weightlifting or CrossFit, you might find it a bit lacking. And at 43mm, it might be a bit small for some wrists. But if you're a runner looking for a watch that'll help you crush your personal bests without crushing your bank account, the Forerunner 165 is hard to beat. Now, coming in at number 3, we've got a watch that's going to make your jaw drop. The Garmin Instinct 2X Solar. First things first, let's talk about that battery life. In GPS mode, this watch can go for 60 hours. That's already impressive, right? But wait, there's more. With solar charging, that jumps up to 145 hours. And in smartwatch mode with solar, it can potentially run indefinitely. That's right, this watch could theoretically outlive you. But the Instinct 2S Solar isn't just about battery life. This watch is built for the great outdoors. It's got ABC sensors, That's altimeter, barometer, and compass for those of you who don't speak outdoor tech. These sensors help you navigate trails like a pro, even if your idea of roughing it is staying in a 3-star hotel. And if you're worried about getting lost, don't be. The Instinct 2X Solar has a trackback routing feature. Now, let's talk about that design. The Instinct 2X Solar is built like a tank. It's got a 100-meter water resistance rating, which means you can take it swimming, snorkeling, or even diving. And with its rugged design, it can handle whatever Mother Nature throws at it. Rain, snow, mud, or sand. This watch got you covered. Oh, and did we mention that it has a built-in LED flashlight? Because it does. It's like Garmin looked at this watch and thought, you know what this needs? More awesomeness. Coming in at number 2, we've got a watch that's going to make you question everything you thought you knew about smartwatches. It's the Garmin Venu 3S, and it's here to show the Apple Watch and Samsung Galaxy Watch that Garmin means business. First off, let's talk about that display. The Venu 3S is rocking a brilliant AMOLED screen that's gonna make your stats really pop. Now, battery life is where the Venu 3S really flexes its muscles. This bad boy can go for more than a week on a single charge. But the Venu 3S isn't just a pretty face with great battery life. It's packed with features that'll make fitness enthusiasts and tech geeks alike weak at the knees. Want to make calls from your wrist? Done. Need to ask your voice assistant a burning question mid-workout? No problem. The Venu 3S has got you covered. And let's not forget about the fitness features. The Venu 3S supports all of Garmin's amazing functions and vast ecosystems. You've got your heart rate monitoring, your stress tracking, your sleep analysis. Oh, and did we mention it supports subscription music services? That's right. You can sync your favorite playlists and leave your phone at home when you go for a run. And with Garmin Pay, you can grab that post-workout smoothie without having to lug around your wallet. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The Venu 3S is on the pricier side. But hey, quality doesn't come cheap, and this watch is quality with a capital Q. And at 41mm, it might be a bit small for some wrists, but for those with smaller wrists or anyone who doesn't want to feel like they're wearing a sundial, it's perfect. Finally, it's time for our top pick, the Garmin Fenix 8 AMOLED. This watch is the crown jewel of the Garmin lineup. The Fenix 8 AMOLED does everything, and it does it well. Want to track your run? It's got you covered. Want to navigate a hiking trail? No problem. Want to check your emails while swimming laps? Okay, that might be a bit much, but you get the point. Let's start with that display. The Fenix 8 AMOLED is rocking a gorgeous, brilliant AMOLED touchscreen that's going to make your stats pop like never before. Now, you might be thinking, but what about battery life? Doesn't AMOLED drain the battery faster? Well, Garmin has worked some serious magic here. In GPS tracking mode, this bad boy can go for 84 hours. That's over 3 days of continuous GPS use. You could run from New York to Chicago and this watch would still be going strong. But the Fenix 8 AMOLED isn't just about looks and battery life. It's packed with features that'll make even the most tech-savvy athlete drool. It's got multiband and multi-frequency GPS support for pinpoint accuracy. And let's talk about sports profiles. The Fenix 8 AMOLED covers just about every sport you can think of, and probably a few you can't. Running, cycling, swimming? Of course. Golf? Yup. Pickleball? You bet. It's even got profiles for things like backcountry skiing and kiteboarding. If it's a sport, chances are the Fenix 8 AMOLED can track it. One feature that's particularly cool is the updated smartphone experience. You can now customize your watch settings right from your phone and sync them over to the watch. Now, it's not all perfect. The Fenix 8 AMOLED is on the pricier side, but hey, you get what you pay for, and what you're paying for here is the best of the best. And while the AMOLED display is gorgeous, it does mean that solar charging isn't an option. But with battery life this good, do you really need it? The Fenix 8 AMOLED is the watch for those who want it all and aren't willing to compromise. It's like Garmin took every feature request they've ever received, threw them in a blender with some high-tech magic, and out came this watch. And there you have it, our top 5 Garmin watches this year. Remember, for more information and updated prices, check the links in the description box below. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.